Oh, Meghan Markle has really outdone herself this time, hasn't she? After her countless failed ventures post-Megxit, from her disastrous Spotify podcast that got canned after one season to a children's book that barely made a ripple, she's now decided that what the world really needs is a Netflix cooking show. Yes, you heard that right. A cooking show. As if we weren't all tired enough of her reinventions. Now we're supposed to buy into the idea that Meghan, who's never shown a genuine interest in the culinary world, is somehow going to become the next Martha Stewart or Gwyneth Paltrow. But here's the thing, no one's buying it, and even her fellow royals are laughing at her. Let's talk about that little moment during Princess Beatrice's recent public appearance. When the topic of Meghan's cooking show came up, Beatrice couldn't even contain herself. She burst out laughing. Now, some might say this is just a bit of harmless amusement, but if you read between the lines, it's clear that Meghan's latest stunt is being met with eye rolls from people who know her best. It's not just that the show is laughable, it's that her attempt to reinvent herself yet again is becoming a running joke. We're talking about someone who's been flailing around for years, trying desperately to stay relevant, and at this point, it's starting to look more sad than anything else. Since stepping away from royal duties in 2020, Meghan's had a grand total of 0 successes. Her Spotify podcast, remember that, was pulled after just one season. Her children's book, which was supposed to be some profound, heartfelt addition to her brand, barely left a mark on the world, yet somehow she's back with a cooking show, trying to latch onto the latest trend like a child clinging to a new toy. Let's be real here. This woman has never, and I mean never, expressed any true passion for food or cooking. The sudden interest in this field is as calculated as her every move. She's not trying to establish herself as the next culinary queen. She's just desperately scrambling for a way to stay in the limelight. And let's not pretend this is about anything other than Meghan Markle attention magnet. Remember when she once talked about political aspirations and humanitarian work? Yeah, that seems to have gone out the window pretty quickly, doesn't it? Now, instead of sticking to those grand ambitions, Meghan's pivoting into the lifestyle and cooking sphere, as if that's what the world really needs right now. It's a huge shift, and the timing couldn't be more obvious. Why? Because she's clearly struggling to hold on to any relevance, and what better way than to exploit a trend? If it works for other celebrities, why wouldn't it work for her? Oh right, because Meghan is not a celebrity in the same league. She's a royal reject trying to pretend she's still a star. Now, while the royal family, at least publicly, has largely kept quiet about Meghan's many projects, Princess Beatrice's reaction speaks volumes. There's no mistaking that laugh. It's the sound of someone who knows exactly what Meghan is up to. Beatrice has always been cordial, but there's no denying that the royals are starting to find Meghan's antics downright embarrassing. The woman just can't seem to stick to anything for longer than a few months before she's on to the next big idea. And frankly, it's getting old. But it's not just the royals who are uninterested. Hollywood has slowly been distancing itself from Meghan and Harry, and it's glaringly obvious. Their star power has dwindled, and the lack of major endorsements or collaborations speaks volumes. Even their much-hyped Spotify deal was publicly criticized, with one executive even labeling them grifters. Ouch. Netflix, despite still being stuck with them, has noticeably cut down on their projects, which suggests that their content isn't performing as expected. Translation, Meghan and Harry's brand is failing and the public is losing interest. So here comes the cooking show, Meghan's desperate attempt to reinvent herself yet again, this time trying to play it off like she's the next culinary genius. Newsflash, if history has taught us anything, this show is going to be another carefully scripted disaster designed to create the illusion of warmth and relatability. Two things Meghan has struggled with since day one. The public is already skeptical, and for good reason. We've seen this act before, and it's wearing thin, but let's not forget the real kicker here, Princess Beatrice's reaction. Her laughter says it all. Even the royal family, those who have been forced to maintain an air of politeness and dignity in public, can't keep a straight face when they hear about Meghan's latest endeavor. Meghan Markle's cooking show is just another footnote in her ever-shifting, ever-failing career trajectory. It's not about love, or food, or helping people. It's about Meghan's desperate, pathetic need for the spotlight, and it's clear to everyone, even the royals, that it's not a show worth watching.